Okay, I'll say it again, but so let me read this. This is first the author's introduction to this chapter. The demonic personality is basically atheistic. For such people, life does not originate in God or a divine reality, but is grounded in biology, in sexual desire. Taking a low view of human nature, such people cause suffering to themselves as well as others. They are arrogant and have many insatiable selfish desires, and they do not hesitate to do anything that will get them what they want. Let me reiterate this. They are arrogant and have many insatiable selfish desires, and they do not hesitate to do anything that will get them what they want, putting things above people. For example, Krishna grants that they may attain their desires, enjoying wealth and power, but their destination is hell. Look at that. Krishna grants that they may attain their desires, enjoying wealth and power, but their destination is hell. A hell of their own making, often in this very life, as their karma bears fruit. If you love things and use people, you will get everything you want, but you pay a price. Your destination is hell, apparently. So that was the author's word. Now let's read. This is obviously a translation. I don't understand Sanskrit. I can read it, but I don't understand it. So let's read the translation of a verse in this chapter. Bound on all sides by scheming and anxiety, driven by anger and greed, they amass by any means they can hoard of money. No, they amass by any means they can a hoard of money for the satisfaction of their cravings. Let me read that again. Bound on all sides by scheming and anxiety, driven by anger and greed, they amass by any means they can a hoard of money for the satisfaction of their cravings. I got this today, they say. Tomorrow I shall get that. This wealth is mine, and that will be mine too. I have destroyed my enemies. I shall destroy others too. Am I not like God? I enjoy what I want. I am successful. I am powerful. I am happy. I am rich and well born. Who is equal to me? I will perform sacrifices and give gifts and rejoice in my own generosity. So basically, here they were talking about. I was reading the previous. I read the previous verses. It's talking about people who give who don't give for the sake of giving, but give to show people that, hey, look, I'm giving. I'm a nice person. That's what this verse is talking about. This is how they go on, deluded by ignorance, bound by their greed and entangled in a web of delusion, whirled about by a fragmented mind. They fall into a dark hell. Now, the verse was not very specific, but I think the author, at least to make my point right now, did a better job. So, when you love things and use people, you get everything you want in life, but you pay a price. When you love people and use things, you get everything you want, and you also get ancillary benefits. Now, there are a lot of various interpretations to this. I understand that. But the basic interpretation is that you can have wealth and power, but if you put that over people, eventually it'll come to a point where you won't have friends, you won't have relationships, you won't have loved ones, you'll just have money and wealth and power. If that's the life you want, well, I will certainly not criticize you for that. That is not my choice, but I will not criticize you if that is yours. If that's what you want, use people, left, right, and center, love things, it's all good. But if you want more than just the material things in life, I know I'm getting a little preachy right now, but it's true. If your definition of success encompasses more than just material things, if it encompasses relationships, love, family, if it comprises of that, put people first. You will still get the things you love, but you will have ancillary benefits. As the author said, you will not, your end game is not a destination. Your end destination is not a hell of your own making. It would be paradise. In this life, I'm not talking about your future rebirths are going to be great. In this life, you will have it and you will be happy when you put people first and you use things. And now I also want to make this point. Sometimes for me it's difficult to do that, to put people over things, because I'm not perfect. I'm human. It's very easy sometimes to put things over people. But that's something I am improving myself on, and I might not ever be perfect, but I will be better than I am today. So everybody have room to grow. But it's important, if your definition of success encompasses more than just material things, to put people in front of things. If you liked this video and you want to check out more videos like this, do check out my blog, ashwinsblog.com, ASHWINS blog.com. Hopefully I will see you there.